quads here.
She's having a moment.
Oh, because
this shirt is like, it's cute. It's cute.
It's cute.
Why does
I
it
look
look like we're
thick.
tilted?
I look thick. Ooh. It might be the car. We are tilted. I think it might be the car. You know,
Woman.
the car is tilted. At the moment, pull up.
I should probably grab this.
Turn on.
You're going on a little ride with us.
The car looks tilted. It is tilted.
You are tilted. Natalie, what is it like driving the car around the parking structure?
Oh shit. That wasn't me. Pow, pow, pow.
Was
Wait,
it
it
me?
actually done something like that.
Was it me? Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Is this
I think
also
it's just,
crooked?
yeah. Because it's slanted, homie. You have to go straight across. You already know this. You're not an amateur. It's going to be a journey, folks. It's going to be a journey. Also, I just got my nails done. I don't even know if you can see it or if you care or if this will make it into the podcast, but they are so cute. But we're going for that like rock star's girlfriend vibe. Because of boy pants. I didn't even do it on purpose, but
Okay, thank you.
this is us setting up for the show.
No. Whack me.
So it's not lonka, it's just I'm wearing it.
I don't look like that in person. I don't look like that. Okay. Oh.
Alright.
I'm sorry, I'm not built like
Boots with the fur. Sorry.
that. Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Let's get this podcast started.
Let's get this show on the road. Actually, that might be next season.
Wait.
That might be another
Show on the road, like what we're gonna be talking about today, about certain people, certain men, boys who go on the road
Boys
to travel.
to Men. That was also
Yeah. So yes, this
today's episode is
boy band.
I was way too excited about that. I'm so sorry. Woot woot woot.
And clearly, if you're listening to this, you're not seeing us, but we are wearing. This is not a boy band T-shirt.
He wasn't a boy band,
but
that's
he
all
was
that
in a
matters.
boy band. I'm like out of frame. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
He was in a boy band, and what was this boy band called, Leslie?
The iconic, the legendary,
The Irish
the
British
one-
band.
the one we're still waiting to come back
from hiatus
because we're
I'm
all
still
clowns.
waiting for Made in the AM tour, but that is to be announced.
That song Infinity. Okay.
Boy bands.
Harry Styles.
One Direction. Oh no! He was in One Direction.
He was in One Direction.
You were elevating or whatever
Sorry, I'm saying that I'm wearing a Harry Styles shirt.
shirt that he was in a boy band. His boy band's name was One Direction. It was famous. A lot of people were
What do you
fans
mean
of them.
Was?
A lot of people were fans of them. I don't think I was.
You
I'm
were
joking.
the biggest fan.
I have the jokes today.
The joke.
I was the biggest fan. I had a fan account.
Natalie had a fan account.
I'm not gonna say what the fan account handle thingy is because I don't.
All I'm gonna say is that she had about 1,000 followers.
Yes, because
It
of
was
one
popular.
D-Day, that thing made fans, likes, fans, followers, all
So
that
if
stuff.
you follow that account, Natalie is grateful for that.
Yeah, thanks. Anyways, let's get the intro in.
Let's get the intro in, and then we'll
So-
talk about what we're wearing.
Hi, I'm Natalia,
And I'm Leslie Marie,
and this is the While You Are Early, We Are Fashionably Late podcast.
where we talk about the clothing we wear and the untold but very true stories about why we wear what we wear.
Ding, 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 ding. This is the intro song. Ding, 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 ding.
So, Natalie, what shirt are you wearing?
I am wearing Love on Tour, the first Love on Tour, not the second one, the first Love on Tour shirt.
I feel like that concert went on for like 5 years.
The Love on Tour, yes, but it was funny
But it was
because
great.
it was Fine Line, and then it was Harry's House.
Yeah.
Like
I thought you were gonna stutter about the name. I was like, how do you not
No,
know?
no, no, no. I was just like trying to
Harry's
think
House.
like the years, but I'm just no. But
Harry's House?
it was because he announced Harry's House while he was finishing
The tour.
Harry.
And now
Fine
he's
Line.
actually done with touring.
He's done, yeah.
And I'm wearing from the second half of the tour, Love on Tour, when he was at the Forum. I think it was
Yes.
November 15th.
Yes.
And it was right after he had come back
COVID.
from being sick.
Yes.
Which I'm not gonna lie, you could tell he was still a little bit under the weather because
But we were all singing those high notes for him, so
Yes.
he wouldn't have to push himself.
yes,
I don't know if he caught that because he still kept going, and I was like, "Buddy, we got your bags."
Buddy.
And then we're
buddy,
all
you
horrible,
need to take a
but
little break.
it was
buddy.
fun. It was a
great.
good experience. It was Leslie's first ever Harry concert.
First ever Harry concert. Natalie has been lucky where she's gotten Pit twice.
No, once.
Once?
Yeah. I
Oh,
only
but
got-
you've gone.
I've gone to Harry's
3
twice.
times.
Third with you.
Yeah.
But I went to Pitt once, and it was amazing. He waved at me. That is my personality.
And Natalie was wearing a shirt that I made.
That
So
is so-
technically, Harry saw one of my designs.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Pat on the back.
Pat on the back. I don't even know what that was.
Yeah.
So yes,
yeah.
those are the shirts we're wearing. Technically, they're not boy band shirts, but
But
he
it is-
wasn't a boy band.
He was a member of a boy band, a popular boy band.
Boy band. Sorry,
we're
this
gonna
angle
go-
is not flattering at all.
No,
I feel
I
like
don't
I
know-
look bulky from
I
the
don't
top.
know why it looks like you guys are in a, like the not
like a bodybuilder.
Like, I
No
guess
hate to
they're-
bodybuilders.
Also, your bag's like in the camera.
My bagoo bag.
Smooth that guy. Okay, my
Okay.
sweater's in there too.
Yeah. This is in real time, folks. This is literally what goes on.
Now I look like I don't have shoulders or a neck. Sorry, now I look I don't have a neck. Anyways, so we have One Direction, but we had other bands in the beginning. Before that,
My very first boy band ever. I
Mhm.
remember. I was
Okay.
5 years old,
okay.
screaming these lyrics at the top of my lungs.
My father was a fan of this band.
My
too.
father was because of me, he was a fan of this.
Damn, he wasn't a fan of One Direction because of me.
Yeah, he was a fan of
But he was willing to take me to one of the concerts.
Yeah.
Even though he had to work.
So, it was Backstreet Boys. Love the Backstreet Boys.
I want it that way.
Yes.
Tell me why
Ain't nothing but a heart. Okay. Anyways, so me and my dad sang that album, which was I think the Millennium
Mhm.
album,
I'm
from
saying
back to
'cause I
front.
think I know.
in the car, blasted it.
Yes.
5-year-old me was so happy. And my dad, great man, loved Backstreet Boys. Anytime that song would come on anywhere random,
Can't say the same.
he'd
thing.
be like, oh, our song's on. But it was like all the Backstreet Boys songs. I'm like, so they're all our songs.
I'm
Okay.
like, I can't say the same. He'd be like, Natalie, who do you like? Those guys, those 5 guys.
No, he was a fan of Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have them. We have their supposedly
Rivals at the
team,
time.
whatever.
NSYNC.
NSYNC. We got Justin. We got JT. JT. And then of course we went to. I know that there was more in the 90s, like Boys
Yeah.
to Men. There's more. I'm blanking on all them.
Yeah.
But now
The memorable
then we
ones.
had in like 2010-ish, we had One Direction,
The Jonas Brothers.
the Jonas Brothers. We had the Naked.
Bruh. I think it was no
Is it?
Naked Brothers Band or something.
Yeah, something like that. We
They
had
were
them.
on Nickelodeon. I ate that show up, and it wasn't even real.
Another band from Nickelodeon was Big Time Rush that are now
Big Time Rush.
touring.
You went to a Big
I
Time
did.
Rush
It was
concert.
so much fun.
Yeah.
Literally, Kendall Schmidt, whatever.
Yeah.
He was literally like
right next to you,
two like aisles thingies
Yeah.
in front of me.
and you freaked out. You were
And I
like,
freaked out, and I was like, "Kendall!" I was like, "At least just like acknowledge me, like Harry Styles acknowledge me. You can't.
"You can't? I'm right next to
I'm
you."
right next to you." But it was fun.
That's so funny.
Him and then Carlos also walked up the stairs,
Aw.
and we were like 3 seats away from the stairs that he did.
And
he
you
walked.
felt seen.
Yeah. Logan too. He
Yeah.
like stood up in front of the little thingy that was like 2 aisles
Yeah.
in front. It was
So
so much
you guys
fun.
had a pretty good seat.
It
then.
was good.
Yeah.
We were like
all the like
not all
nosebleeds
the
or
way
what?
up, but we were like in the middle port, and it was kind of cool.
Hmm.
It was fun.
That's fun.
But yeah, we have
We also had
Big Time
One
Rush.
Direction's
One
rival.
The Wanted.
That was a time period for Directioners.
Okay, if I remember correctly, I think the reason they were rivals was because Zayn and one of the members of The Wanted
They
had
did get a-
beef,
yeah.
and then Louis would also get into
Yeah.
that. So it was like that was the reason.
Okay, but you know what? Like, yes, I'm a true Directioner.
Yeah.
But one of their songs did slap. Like,
Yeah.
it's actually
Glad you
good.
came.
Yeah, I literally
Glad
heard it the other
you
day,
came.
and like now past the beef, like I was like, wait, this is
What
actually a
it?
good
The
song.
sun goes down.
Yeah. the stars come. I'm not gonna sing it. But it's a good one. It's
It's
actually good. Like, you listen to it. I love how you were more of a directioner. I feel like you secretly, like, had that song on Apple. Like, on iTunes.
I'm not gonna
You
lie,
did?
I did.
That and Ellie Goulding, I remember.
Yes.
You went through a phase.
We have them, but then we have their besties. Five Sauce!
Five Sauce.
5 Seconds.
Which...
I love Five Sauce.
Yes.
English Love Affair?
I was about to say. No, you know what I was going to say,
what?
too? If you went to a concert where it was One Direction and Five Sauce
as our openers, elite.
You are elite. You,
like, you need to, like, throw that.
You're
like,
hot now.
Like, you don't need to do that, like, so, like, oh, I guess I went. No, you have to throw it at people's face. I went to a concert of One Direction and Five Sauce.
Literally slap me in the face with that ticket.
Literally do it. I don't care. I feel like I missed out. Like, I'm not the fan.
I'm not. I feel like you can't say you were a true fan if you didn't go to a concert. So I cannot say that. Yeah. I mean, because I didn't go. I feel so bad.
I would have gone to
End of an era.
To concerts separately of them, but I haven't.
But not them together.
Actually, no, I didn't go to One Direction concert because I had no one to drive me. So.
Oh yeah, that's another thing.
That's another thing. But we're gonna go way back. In the 80s, 90s. This was my mom's favorite boy band.
Okay, yeah. We're also talking about the Mexican one.
The Mexican one. You know who they were?
Yes, Natalie.
Menudo. Where we got who? Ricky Martin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Because I feel like that boy band went through phases
of
different boys in the band.
They stayed together for like since the 80s. They were together from the 90s.
Dang, yeah, that's a long time.
But yeah, they were an iconic Latin boy band that we got. Ricky Martin.
Is that what song do they sing? I forgot. I'm blanking, but I remember it's like a really popular.
Yeah, I'm thinking too. I'm hearing
it. I'm like, I
can't remember.
It's in Spanish, so you know I don't want to get roasted for singing in Spanish.
But okay, it is. Going into the fashion aspect of them. Okay, so we were talking about boy bands, and the last what we talked about was Menudo. They were a Latin boy band.
Yes,
famous, very very famous.
Our moms, if you are Latin.
I love how you say our moms, but you mean ours, like
our moms.
Your mom.
If your mom is Latin, she probably was a fan of that band.
Anyways, so the outfits. We know that there are some people that like match, like it's matchy. Like if me and you were in the same shirt, we'd be considered a girl band right there. Well, no, but like you know what I mean.
I feel like that was a big thing back then. They all had to match. Yeah,
they
all had to dance too.
They said that for.
I'm just thinking of Harry's dance.
the shoulder. And then Niall. What is that? It's like Vivian in the X Factor. Yeah.
If you know what I'm talking about, if you're a One Direction fan, you know that I'm talking about the shoulder.
The scarf, like, oh my god.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to laugh at you. You're an icon.
Okay. Go. Well, anyways, I was going to talk about Menudos and their, like, outfit. And so people would phrase it as they were addicted to leather.
They were.
And allergic to sleeves because it was always cut off.
Those vests.
Yeah.
Oh, much like Harry Styles wears now.
Yes. So, like, that was them. Like, that's how you identified that group.
Band. Yeah.
You know, and then the Backstreet Boys, we had, like, it was kind of, like, coordinated to matching kind of outfits.
A lot of metallic,
jewel tone suits, like, oversized, like, hip-hop inspired.
You know what I think of, too? Yeah. Their music videos.
Yes.
They had, like, an all-white outfit.
Yes.
And they were just, like, the little hats, like, everything.
Yeah, like, very, like, hip-hop, but, like bling-bling type
of. Bling-bling, yeah.
And then NSYNC. We had, so the Backstreet Boys were the ones with the jewel tone hip-hop.
Yeah, like, very
NSYNC was denim and suede looks that made them look like they were working out, like sports
also,
look.
They had a lot of jerseys, if I do remember correctly,
so
and the spiky hair.
The sports type of look.
Yeah, I remember that.
And, like, I'm like, that's kind of cool. Because, like,
really cool.
Because of that, like, if you think about it, let's go back.
Let's go back in time.
The street style then is where we get the, like, our basketball players and the basketball players.
I'm sorry, I don't even know why I'm laughing so much. Natalie's taking this so seriously, and I can't today. I'm so sorry. Go. The basketball players.
Because of NSYNC and them wearing like the jerseys and stuff, like
very
especially
90s.
the basketball ones.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like because of that, the players like of basketball started wearing their jerseys in like a cool street style when they would go to a game. Yeah. And we got
She's
to
right,
see.
Folks.
We would get a lot of that, you know. Also, like I feel like the Jordans then were like a big thing too,
which we might be doing episode about that. So, but yes, I do get what you're saying. It was like the typical 90s vibe, the sporty vibe, the edgy vibe. Yeah, I really like that.
And I think with JT, him and NSYNC, we get that that iconic denim look that we get. Even though he went with Britney, he went with Britney, but everybody else in the NSYNC also wore something similar to that, and like the denim was a big thing, you know.
Yeah, I feel like that was something they would
like
also wear.
Is it like the bleach dye denim thingy?
Yes,
with the white spots.
Yeah,
we also got some of that too.
We also got some of that. Also, their music videos were really iconic too. Yeah, like we all know, like the puppeteer ones.
They're very like futuristic in a way.
Also, yeah, I feel like it was very much like a millennium thing. Like in the 2000s, it was very much about space and stuff like that.
Yeah, which we kind of talk about in like the Y2K. Yeah, that was during that era that the NSYNC and Backstreet Boys were around. You know, so we get that. We get that kind of vibe. Yeah. Also, the tip dye, what is it called?
That's why the spiky hair with the tip ends that were dyed.
What is it called? Like
I forgot what it's called.
But like we would get, especially JT. I feel like I saw him a lot with
also with his little curls.
Yes. Yeah. Like the blonde.
But you know what? Like I think it's so funny because even like as a 5-year-old, like I knew NSYNC existed and I was a fan, right? But I was a hardcore like Backstreet Boy fan without even like knowing that they were rivals. Well, obviously I was 5. Yeah. But that's because I had the biggest crush on Nick Carter. Like that was the first boy that I looked at and I was like, whoa.
Jesus made you.
Like as a 5-year-old, my mind was just like boom. Yeah. And then after that, I feel like it was the Jonas Brothers. It was either Joe or Nick.
Yeah. Yeah. And like it's funny because like the Jonas Brothers, they were technically. The way they were dressed was emo, but someone phrased it as Disney-fied because it couldn't be too emo because it's like
I remember like the striped and then like I just remember like of Joe's hair.
Yes,
like that's like pretty iconic.
And then like the leather jackets and stuff like that. Like
the year 3000 slaps, and I don't even think that was their actual song. Like I think they did like a cover. Yeah, it was like a cover of it. Yeah, but that music video.
It's funny because they like use the word Disney-fied, like. So then Big Time Rush was Nicklified. Yeah, because of that. Because
that show was actually funny.
It was. It was funny. Yeah, and it was good too.
I thought it was funny.
Like it's funny because like you grew up watching the show. Also, like the Jonas Brothers had their show too.
Jonas.
And you'd watch them, but then when you see them like live in concert, it's like a whoa. Like,
yeah, like you guys are real.
You guys are real. Also, they're all grown up, and it's like that means I'm old.
Now they're all married and have kids. And
like,
you're just like, oh, I still support you though.
Yeah, and I feel like when you're a fan of like boy bands and stuff, the way like depending on what boy band you were a fan of, I feel like your outfits and your aesthetic starts to kind of project in that way. It's you know, like
because I feel like you also grow up with them too, and so even if they have a reunion tour, it doesn't matter how old you are, you will go back because it's like very nostalgic, and like especially if they do like where it's like all of their like most famous songs. Like obviously you're gonna go back. Like we're just waiting for the One Direction one. Because at
my
this
bank
point,
account is like
ready.
You know, like not ready for the price of tickets, but I'm ready. So.
Nelly, were you a Nile girl? You were a Nile girl.
He's just a cinnamon roll to me. Like he's such a cinnamon roll. Like okay, I love all of them. Yes. I can't say one is my favorite, but Nile's just a cinnamon roll.
He's a cinnamon roll.
You have to protect him. Yeah, like at all costs. My thing that's so vivid is when they did the tattoo roulette with James Corden, and he's
nervous.
Panicking. Like
we all knew Harry was gonna get the tattoo, but he was nervous
because he was like he didn't want to get a tattoo, and I was like that moment I was like protect this like before even before,
he's sweating.
Yeah, and especially when there is because he had to wear his like invisible braces or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And it was a premiere of This Is Us for the One Direction, and
movie I forgot about.
He had just gotten his braces off, and he's out here like showing them to everyone. And I was like, this is a cinnamon roll.
Right now that you brought up that movie, you know what other song's iconic? Which again, it's not even the original song, but just the way they sang it, and you will know if you were a One Direction fan. Teenage Dirtbag. Like, my jaw dropped.
That's the perfect cover.
Like, when they do the superhero scene.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
I'm just a teenage dirtbag.
10 out of 10.
I remember
with 5 sauce too on the stage.
Got that movie for Christmas that year that it came out.
Oh, God.
And Dianara, my best friend,
who you ran the account with.
Who I ran that fan account with.
Oh, yeah.
She came over, like, I think it was like 2 days before Christmas.
Yep.
Or no, sorry, 2 days after Christmas. And my mom was super cool. She, like, made us popcorn. She made us,
a
like,
whole movie theater.
Like, everything. The whole setup. And it was, like, nighttime because she slept over.
Yeah.
Tell me why in the living room we put, like, a little, like, sofa thingy, like the mattress.
Yeah.
And we watched This Is Us. Like,
all night long.
All night. And then we would, like, stop it when it would be, like, an iconic scene so we could, like, record it for our for our Instagram. Yeah. Or we would do, like, little, like, oh my gosh, this is so funny. We would take a picture and then we would do a little, like, the memes or whatever for that. And it was just iconic. That. And, like, Leslie gets tired of it.
I think at that point, like, yes, I was a fan, but I was like, I'm kind of old, you know?
She thought that she was older than them.
Which so for a fact, I remember one of my friends in high school during the time, she was obsessed with them because she started seeing them when they were on the X Factor and, like, following them.
Yeah.
And I remember she, like, brought a picture of them. She's like, this is the newest boy band. Like, she knew everything.
Yeah.
She's like, this is the newest boy band. Like, who, like, from right now, pick who do you like, right?
Yeah.
And in my head, I thought Harry was, like, really cute, but I was like, they're, like, younger than me. Like, these kids are probably, like, 12 years old, right? And so, but then also Zayn looked really hot, and I was like, okay, I'll pick Zayn. Mm-hmm. So I picked Zayn, and I think she picked Harry or something. I don't remember. But, like, as they grew up, and I was like, wait, they're my age.
Yeah. Like, Leslie always thought, like, Harry was my age. Yeah, and then when I told her, and I was like, no, he's technically a year older than you. She's like, it's not true. And I was like, yes, it is. Because, you know, bestie.
I think they're all older
because, Niall think, yeah.
They're all older than me.
And because, and it was funny because, like, I was a fan of Harry.
Go through puberty.
So me and, like, my friend Dianara would, like, do our, like, ship names or whatever. And it was Nary. And then, like, most of my passwords was, like, Nary 94. Because that was the year he was born.
Also, DM with Dianara.
Sorry, there was somebody there.
Sorry. But I feel like at that point, like, I felt like I was too old to be into boy bands.
To be into them.
But now I'm like, no, I wasn't, actually.
She wasn't. And, no, she's...
One D-Day was also iconic. I remember that.
Yes.
Because it was a whole day.
Yeah.
And it was rainy. And I remember we had this, like, old, like, my dad's old computer, like, his laptop. Mm-hmm. And I remember, like, we'd go around the whole house trying to charge it and then trying to, like, get it close to, like, the Wi-Fi thingy just so, like, we could keep, like, watching it all day. Yeah. It was kind of funny.
It was fun. Yeah. But, and, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like when you are, like, a big fan of a boy band, you start, like acting like how they would act. And then there was, like...
Or, like, just dressing, like, inspired by them.
Well, like, acting in the way that you'd be like, hello, love. Like, so they would say that. Or they would be like, what's happening? And you would say that. Yeah.
I love the memes.
Or, like, you would want to have the tattoo that Liam had, the little arrows. And you would, like, draw them. Like, it was just, like, this thing of, like, your whole, like, aesthetic changed because based off of that. Yeah. And, like, that's, like, the fandom. That's how... You know, you get this girl crazy of boy bands type of thing.
Also, I love how in that one movie, the This Is Us movie, they had that one doctor. Like,
he's like, they are not crazy. They are just excited. And I'm like, a doctor said that. So don't say we are crazy. We are ecstatic. We can't wait.
We're so happy.
You know, we got the One Direction fever or whatever.
But for sure, I think for sure you have more of that, like you have that, like, die hard.
Yes, definitely.
Like, you're into that. For me, I just appreciate them from afar.
Yeah.
I like them, too, and I know everything because of Natalie. But...
You need any information.
Yeah, but Natalie will know stuff that, like, they probably don't even know. They don't. About themselves.
I remember that one time they hacked into an airport security to see them. And I was like, this is another level, but I'm in. I was like,
what are they
watching the live. I was like, guys, like, this is dangerous. Oh my gosh, is that Harry?
Just keep watching.
I was like, guys, we shouldn't be doing this. This is a privacy. But who's over there?
Who is that? But,
what is he wearing?
Name your favorite One Direction song.
I can't.
Yes, you can. Okay, favorite album.
Okay. I'm only going to say this because of the TikTok meme that's going on right now. But the Stockholm Syndrome.
I know.
Or Temporary Fix.
Temporary Fix is iconic. I feel like my favorite album. Wait, what's your favorite album?
I would have to probably say Take Me Home, because I know all the songs to Take Me Home.
Did not expect that.
And that was like iconic for me, because it was like I loved One Direction like from the very beginning, but I was shy to project it because a lot of people were like, "Ew, you love One Direction." And I think that
and now
album,
they're fans.
And now that album, I'm like I was like, that was the first album that I was like, I'm a true One Direction. Like I already knew all the songs from the first album and all that stuff, and every time they would like perform in X Factor, but this one made me like a true fan, where I was like, I'm sticking to these guys like from start to beginning, like
till now.
Yeah. So now supporting each individual one of them in their concerts. Well, except Zayn, because he doesn't do it. But in his CDs,
he does.
Yeah.
I think for me, my favorite album, just because I feel like at that time everything was good with not only the band but with the fandom and everything. They were in their prime.
Yes.
It was Midnight Memories. Love that album. But I feel like my favorite song is from, I think it's 4. And it's Walking in the Wind. Is it?
No, that is Made in the AM.
Made in the AM. Oh, because that Zayn's not in it, actually.
Yeah, 4, my favorite.
4, does it have... Oh, go.
No,
does it have... What song does it have in 4?
Oh, no.
Which one were you going to say?
I was going to say, Where Do Broken Hearts Go?
Okay, yeah.
Where do broken hearts go? Like,
I feel like 4... If I'm remembering it correctly, it kind of makes me sad because I feel like that's when Zayn was like not in it.
Yeah.
100%. And he was like really skinny and we were all concerned for his health.
4, I remember No Control.
No Control.
Stockholm Syndrome comes out. I think the one that you're talking about is Once in a Lifetime.
Yes.
Because that was like the deluxe version of it. I didn't have the deluxe version. I had the plain version, the original one. And then, because my friend gave it to me for, like, because we did Secret Santa and she got me that. But then that Christmas, my parents got me the deluxe version.
I love my parents.
I was like...
I feel like, if anything, our parents were very supportive.
Yeah.
Like, they were like, go, get the merch.
For me, it's iconic, the Made in the AM, because Drag Me Down came out 2 days before my birthday. And I was like...
You stayed up.
This is my birthday present from them. I was like, how do they know? So I was so excited. Anyways,
now
I
people
feel
are gonna
like
Google your birthday.
we've been talking a lot about
One Direction.
So let's get into the history of boy bands.
I swear this isn't a long cut. This is just... Yeah, well, that you could cut it, and that could just be in the extended.
Don't say anything. Just put, okay.
Shall we have one?
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
What was that?
Sorry. Now let's get into the history of boy bands.
Boy bands. So
their clothing, kind of how it started. Take it away.
So you think? Well, I believe.
We all think
that the biggest boy band, or like the start of the boy band era. I always refer back to the Beatles.
Hold on, there's an ambulance.
So
go.
Yeah. So I feel like
not yet.
They're not done yet. Where do broken
hearts go? I just thought
Clouds is also iconic. When they sing it live in an open stadium, beautiful. Can we zoom into that? You're so wild.
Okay.
Go. So when you think of boy bands, right? For me, like, I think of like the Beatles, the Beach Boys, which was around the 1960s-ish. But there was actually boy bands before that. And I think it goes all the way back to 1870, where they started to form. But obviously they weren't as big or as well known.
Yeah.
And then I also think it's interesting that the Beatles and Beach Boys all started off as boy bands, like ideally, right? And sometimes boy bands get a lot of hate because it's like, oh, they're just like cute little boy bands. And like it's hard for them to like transition into being like respected as real artists.
Yeah.
But I feel like the Beatles have like, and the Beach Boys have really withstood the test of time, because now they're like very iconic, you know, and even grown men will listen to them.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, this is real music. And you're like, okay, but in the 70s, 60s, people didn't think that.
Yeah, because in the 1960s, the Beatles became such an icon.
Yeah.
And I feel like, because technically the Beatles was before the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
And so because the Beatles opened that up, then that's where we got more boy bands coming out, the ones that we do know, the ones that we aren't. But it, like how you said, like sometimes it got lost in translation of them actually being true artists. Because probably for the first few songs or albums they ever had come out, like, yes, there was other people writing their music, but then as they got more invested into the group and more liberty to write, they then started writing. And I feel like how you said, like, it's because mostly girls were fans of them, like, you know, girl crazy, how they say, like, boy crazy or whatever.
Which, this is another thing too, I feel like, especially this year, right, I feel like a lot of people have like had this thing of like, if it's a boy band or if it's something that girls like it's not like, it's just like, oh, like it's kind of cute, like almost minimized in a way, right? But if you think about it, the Barbie movie and Taylor Swift has saved this year like their like the economy, like wherever they are, like where like Taylor Swift has toured, like there has been a boom in economy, where like the movie too, like it was like huge, like the biggest #1 like summer blockbuster, and like all of that is women, like, you know, like I feel like like I feel like it's very much like a thing of like, they underestimate us, but like they don't understand, like we are like true fans, like we are dedicated, we are loyal, we are in it.
And like it became a global sensation because of women. And I think it's because like we as women are very much dedicated to things that we love and appreciate. So it's like, if we love a certain thing, like we're gonna go full on for supporting them.
We tell
and
our friends.
that is essentially how like fandoms and, you know, these like they become who they are because of girls. Icons. Because of girls. And like, you know, women. Slowly as, you know, the Beatles started opening that up, then we get like bands like the Beach Boys, the Jackson 5, like,
5,
you know, and then because of that, some of them were able to then make their own, be solo artists, and also be very much well known, you know. And like, because of girls, like, it's like, you're not a band, don't worry, we still support you as an individual.
I mean, hey,
Harry Styles is one of them.
What's your favorite Beatles song?
I think it's called Something in the Way. I have
it's something, I think. Or,
something. It's something. No, I have.
You know which one I thought you were singing?
Yeah.
The one from Batman.
Something in. Oh no, it's Oh Darling.
Oh Darling. Oh yeah.
I have it in my playlist. I have that one and Something in my playlist. That's like my favorite playlist that I've ever made, because it's like a mixture of like so many like soft.
We're gonna feature that.
Things. Yeah. So go listen to it. Like it.
I feel like for me it's Something, and then it's also Paperback Writer.
Paperback Writer.
That to me, especially just the lyrics of it, from an artist's point of view, like it's really much, it's a journey.
Yes.
Like if you're an artist, you understand.
Yes.
It's like you're so desperate that you want your work to be known.
Yeah.
But like you also don't want to sell out. But then like, you know, it's just, it's a roller coaster of emotions, but it's a great song.
One song.
Yeah.
How long is the song?
It's not that long actually.
It's like 2 minutes.
Pretty short.
Those 2 minutes of a song.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then okay. And then because of them being able to be such iconic like boy bands, like people, individuals, whatever, they then started creating their name and the style.
And their own brand.
And like I think that's where we see a lot of like boy bands like going into like more of the fashion aspect. You would see them in like Kmart with like clothes similar to this, or like fragrances and stuff, and to target that, because it's like, okay, if I'm an icon here, like you can make more sales than like other stuff.
And I just feel like it becomes like a full trend, right? So like even in like One Direction, we remember the trend of Zayn wearing the Leatherman's jacket. Like that was very much a thing.
Louis and his suspenders.
And his red pants. At the time, that was iconic, right?
Yes.
And then now, as like how you said, individuals, like Harry, you think of his nail polish. Like,
yes.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You think of the vests,
Mm-hmm.
like
glitter, all that stuff.
For Niall, you just think of like
cardigans.
his
cardigans.
So it's like, I don't know, it's like very cool how like they could show their individuality. Mm-hmm. Once they become a solo artist, but then at the same time, even in the band, like they have iconic pieces that get well known.
I go back to thinking that Teen Vogue one that they did, because they had individual covers, but I don't know if it was specifically in the Teen Vogue. I might be confusing the two, but they also had like, which is funny because they are not American.
Now they collected them.
They are not American, but they had an American photo shoot and they were wearing like the flag, like the United States flag, and I was like, they're not American, but okay.
Was this like for 4th of July?
I don't know. And so, but that was like iconic for all the girlies because if you remember the Wattpad ones, there's one of Harry in a motorcycle, and because of that picture, then after that was the photo. I'm sorry, I was trying to talk and I ate saliva the wrong way. Good job.
Another car.
I'm not gonna like that. Another car comes
and parks right next to us and screams.
We're here.
Paperback ride.
He went through the way. Okay, so we were talking about One Direction and that photo shoot.
Natalie was talking about her obsession with Wattpad.
Yes. No girlie should ever hide that. We were all obsessed with reading Wattpad stories.
You know what, though? I couldn't do the YN one.
I thought it was an actual person. I would...
You'd be like, who's Yin?
I'd be like, Ewan. No, I'd call her Ewan. And I was
you'd be like, hey, yo, this Ewan is in every book.
Why are you so fucking loud?
I'm so sorry. You're like, this Ewan is in every single book. She popular or whatever. Names her kid Ewan.
Shut up. I'm nervous. I think it's losing all my stuff.
You know what? I couldn't, but I could get into the ones where it was like, there's actual characters, and then they would just have them be... Like this is who I picture. And then they
do like the cast list of it.
Yeah, like they were in the cast list.
Yeah,
basically. I could do those kinds of books. Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I just like think of that, and I think like my thing is like the fandom is what made the boy bands, their aesthetic and their style kind of grow. Yeah. Like it was like they kind of just wore it once, but then people would be like and like you would see them in the street wearing something inspired by their look.
Also their merch. I mean, low key, it was kind of ugly. Like,
but they just recently started getting good.
Thanks to people on Etsy who have little stores.
Yes. You know, we get like more. But I also think like because of that, like of their iconic looks and stuff, and like, you know, Harry with his cardigan that we all know that was that knitted cardigan that he wore.
The rainbow one.
We got girls out here knitting them.
And even the designer of that like released,
because it was during COVID,
the way that you're supposed to actually knit it,
and like all that iconic. And like I feel like because of that, then you know when they would go to concerts, concert goers started wearing something inspired by, or literally would make the exact replica of that like outfit and stuff. And we see that a lot in like Harry. I want to say Harry because I feel like that's the only place I've ever seen girls like wear something similar.
And it's like very much a community. Like you could not know them, but like you can meet them like in line, and you guys will be best friends forever. Like
when I went to the pit one, there was this girl who went to the restroom and she was like near us or whatever. She was alone, and she was like concerned because she wanted to go to the restroom. And then we were like, "Go, like we'll save your spot." She came back. She had her spot because it was like you waited in line to be in this exact spot. Like we're gonna make sure you do. Like you have to go to the restroom. Like that's,
I think that's what I love about it. It's like it becomes like a community. It becomes like a thing. Like even online, like you have the memes and you have like TikToks
roasting.
And all.
Like it's just
and
so
it's
good.
just like that experience to me. Like that's the part that I like of as being fans. You know, like that's what I like about it.
And you know, and now we're seeing that. You know, we see that with dad, but we're also seeing it with mom.
Yeah.
Who's mom? Taylor Swift.
Oh, I love it. You're saying Harry's dad. Yeah. I was like, what?
Dad and mom, yeah.
Yeah.
And did you see that tweet?
They went through a divorce.
Because you know how like they were like the venues are right next to each other, and they're like dad's house,
Harry's
mom's mansion. It's so bad. And then they're like, last year was Dad's house. This year I'm going with Mom. Like I'm gonna support Mom. You know.
We gotta support our parents. Right?
But yeah, and I feel like
I think you said that once to someone, and then they were like, "Oh, your parents are divorced."
Oh yeah, I said I'm a child of divorce, and they were like,
"Oh,
your parents," and I was like, "Yeah, hairstyles and Taylor Swift," and then they were like. I was like, you don't get it. I supported them.
You don't understand. It was a breakup. It was real for me. Yeah.
I went through the crisis as a child of divorce. I saw this bumper sticker the other day.
Yeah.
And it had Taylor Swift in a cowboy hat, and it had hairstyles and a cowboy hat, and it said "Cowboy Like Me," and I was like, "Mom and Dad."
Oh, why do I want
that?
And
I put that on my Instagram story. I put "Mom and Dad," and then my friends go, "Too soon." Because she had, because Taylor Swift had just announced 1989, and what song does she have there that is inspired? Style, Wildest Dreams.
If Harry, I'm saying this right now, which we all know, we're all thinking it, we're all believing it, good vibes out there, start manifesting this. Mm-hmm. If Harry Styles is featured in Style,
the end right there, baby.
Or even if it's like a song from The Vault that maybe was about him but we didn't get yet, and he's featured in it, I will scream.
It's just gonna be.
I will scream. Follow me on my Instagram because you will see me scream.
She'll be like,
I'll be like, guys,
you know, you'd sound like that goat. You know, like that's like.
Natalie says I sound like a goat when I scream.
Anyways,
you know what? You sound like a Windex bottle when you laugh.
But yeah,
she goes,
so it's a good transition to go into our next episode for next week. Which
we'll leave a little sprinkle of it there. We'll leave a little
sprinkle, but
and see if you understand. What we're putting down. Yeah. But that is the end of our episode. That is the end of this episode.
It was exciting. We went on a huge rant about One Direction, but that's my favorite band.
That was,
boy band. So, all the haters.
I feel like there isn't haters, okay?
There's a tiny
bit of haters. I was going to say believers, but that's a different. Tiny bit. There's a different.
But, yeah. Anyways, that is our episode. We look like we're like lounging or something, whatever.
Just, we're trying to fit into frame.
We're just, and like, it's either laying down or being like this and look like we're built different, like, you know?
Also, I'm not cross-eyed.
The glare in our glasses make it look like that.
Glare. Look, my eyes are real.
Okay, well, that is the end of our episode.
That is the end of our episode, guys. Thank you so much. Please subscribe, like, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your whole family, okay?
I shouldn't even be here.
Please subscribe. Please follow. Let's make our own little community. I don't even know what my hands are doing. Okay. I just want to show you my manicure.
I will just say, bye, Queenies. See you next week.
Bye, Queenies.
Bye.
See you next week.
Bye.
Hugs and virtual kisses. Wait.
Close. Virtual hugs
and kisses.
And kisses. I hit myself with the mic.
It's getting violent in here.
Hi, guys.
I can't get up.
Okay.
Wow, we're so funny.